So today I want to come and talk to y'all about when I found out my fiance was cheating and who he was cheating on me with. Again, I try not to be insecure, as one would call it, because and a lot of times we hold on to people because we have a lot of years with them. And I wanted him to break up with me, but when it actually happened, I felt some type of way for real.
I get it right back.
What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for always tuning in with me each time that I post, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all are here for a story time, and that's exactly what I want to give you. But before we do, y'all know what's up. Go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up, big sis? All comments are welcome and greatly appreciated. Just make sure y'all keep them respectful. Y'all have seen the title of the story, so you have an idea of what this is going to be about, y'all. So let's get to the story. Okay, so today I want to come and talk to y'all about when I finally found out that my fiance was cheating on me when I was at work. I know I mentioned to y'all that I try not to think like that. I recently mentioned to y'all in my last story, which I'll put here, that I try my hardest to not think that he was cheating on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they say usually when a person is doing the accusing, they're the ones that's doing the cheating or whatever it is they're trying to accuse you of doing. And so I try not to think like that. But you just know when some shit ain't right, y'all. You just know when some stuff going down. So like I said, I was working a whole lot or whatever, and he didn't really like that. He never really just told me he didn't like it. He was saying little slick stuff like your little job. You know how people just say little shady shit? He was on that type of time, saying a whole bunch of other little things and just, oh, certain things I wouldn't have because he gave it to me. Like, he was doing this early on. Like, y'all, I'm moving too fast. So yeah, basically, we just got to a point where we was arguing a whole lot about the pettiest things. And that's usually another form, that's usually another sign that it's some stuff going on. And so again, I try not to be insecure, as one would call it, because that's usually what people say when you start trying to piece some stuff together and you start complaining about certain things. They want to call you insecure, they want to call you crazy. No, we know, you know, that gut feeling never leads you to if you follow your gut, I'm telling you, it never steer you wrong. That gut gonna let you know from the beginning. But a lot of times we ignore it because we try to put into place, oh well, this XYZ, so no. Like, no, like, that gut is not gonna steer you wrong. And a lot of times we hold on to people because we have a lot of years with them. And that's all it is a whole bunch of years. And yeah, we hold on because we're comfortable, and it had got to a point where I feel like we were just really comfortable with each other. And in hindsight, I never really was in love with him. I loved him, but I can honestly say that I never really was in love with him. I think we bonded over certain things, you know, trauma bond in a sense. And it's a lot of things that I feel like we bonded on that can be a form of trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through shit in life, and then y'all have gone through some of the similar things, and y'all kind of bond off of that. So I'm not gonna say that we had good times. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I really feel like he genuinely liked me. He cared about me. He loved me. I mean, because why waste your time trying to propose to somebody? But I honestly feel like he got to a point where he started to think that I was dating somebody else. And then the fact that Boo Thang, who I mentioned to y'all too, Boo Thang Charm, y'all might have heard that, his wife at the time went to his place of business to try to say I was the one to sleep with him when I really wasn't. I just think that, like, never left his mind, because I think he felt like, even though it was proven that I wasn't the one, he still felt like in the back of his mind that I still might have had something to do with that man. I honestly feel like that. So I feel like he think because I was sleeping around and here he comes cheating on me. I don't really know what his mindset was at the time, but you just know when shit start going south. And it definitely was that. We was arguing about the craziest things. He got to a point where he was, like I said, he wasn't cutting at the house anymore. So it was times I wouldn't really see him. He wasn't cutting at the house no more, because at this point in our relationship, we had moved out because of the home invasion. And like I said to y'all before, if y'all haven't checked out that story time, I think I posted that story time like 2 years ago when I started my channel. So I'm gonna kind of post a thumbnail here. Y'all go check out that story time. So that's basically the reason why we ended up moving out into my folks' house, because we had a home invasion. So like I said, at this point we in my folks' house. I'm still working at my job. He didn't completely start working for himself. And hold on, y'all. Where I cut off it? Yeah, we had completely moved out the townhouse, and like I said, he was working for himself full time. He had left his job he had for some years. I was at this job, I was doing really well, moving up in the company really fast, and it's like he did not like that I was making my own money, and he didn't like that I was, you know, succeeding really fast in this company. It had got to a point where they was putting me into the management program, and he was not happy about that. Like, why would you want to be a manager type shit? Like, he used to say stuff like that to me, and I'm just like, you know, why would you be so against it? Like, what is wrong with me trying to succeed and do that? So what's the problem with that? But it just got to a point where he was like really, really negative. And so, you know, that stuff like that, it kind of does something to your spirit. Like, damn, if my man ain't gonna support me, then damn, what's up? And so again, I try not to think too deep about it, because I'm definitely somebody that overthinks. And so I just try to say, you know what, maybe I'm reading into this wrong. I tend to do that. And I could be wrong, but y'all, I was not wrong. Like I told y'all, that good never lies to you. It's so true. And then, you know, us women, we have this, what you call women's intuition about certain things. And so, like I said, don't want to seem insecure, but I knew something was off. And because it got to a point where this particular girl, who I call Little Lips, she just started trying to make herself present on our pages. She started liking up all that stuff, even stuff with me in it. And I feel like I said, I feel like when women do that, they're that bold to like things with you and your woman, like to like things on social media, pictures with you and your woman in it, and never really directly comment and say things to your woman, but to you, you know, or just do little slick stuff. I always hee and ha and laughing on everything you post. They trying to be seen. She wanted me to see this. She wanted to get a rise out of me. And again, like I told y'all, I never gave her that. She wanted it so bad. I feel like if it was people that was doing some stuff, like, cause she mentioned at one point, like, you got a fake page. No, baby, no, I don't. I ain't got time. I'm not gonna argue with you, cause this stuff is between me and him. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You owe me no loyalty, number one, nevertheless. Number one, you owe me no loyalty. But at the same time, I see what type of woman you are, but I'm gonna let you live in that. I'm not gonna try to make you feel a certain way or to justify what you're doing. And I'm just not going to entertain what you're trying to do. So I feel like if anybody said or did anything, made fake pages, it was some other women trying to stir up the pot between me and her, because, you know, over time, after all this stuff had happened, you know, it was public knowledge that me and him was no longer together. Like, a crazy situation happened, and I'm most definitely gonna give y'all the story about what happened, but it won't be today. But it's coming. It's coming, y'all. I'm gonna try to wrap all this up next week. Cause next week, what, Christmas? So I'm gonna try to wrap all this up. So yeah, y'all, like I said, I had got to a point where I started feeling like he was cheating on me. I started seeing that stuff, and it just got to a point where he was not trying to stop them from saying certain things. And she wasn't the only girl that was on there being very disrespectful and rude. It was a time that I was in the shop with him, and a girl came in. Y'all, this woman know who I am. Like, they knew who I was. Like, bitch, stop playing with me. She was asking him, you want this, you want that, just saying little stuff to him, you know, kind of flirty. And I was like, excuse me? And she's like, oh, you the missus. Bitch, you know who I am. Stop playing with me. The simple fact that you said that before I even really said exactly what I was going to say to you, and all I said was, excuse me, you knew what you was doing. Like, they just got so boldly disrespectful. And I feel like it's because he just allowed them to feel like they can just say and do whatever. Once women start messaging you and inboxing you and you entertain that shit, they feel like they can do what they want to do. You basically gave them an olive branch to do whatever they want to do. So now you gave them an inch, they taking them out, right? So that's exactly how that was. So I just feel like he was doing some stuff that I didn't really see. And like I said, he was responding back to things on his posts, which I try not to really trip about that stuff, because it's social media. People gonna be people. People gonna say what they want to say and do. I cannot stop them from saying that. But what you can do is stop the disrespect to me. So I feel like when you got to a point where you didn't care about how things made me look and how it made me look bad, then I knew it was some shit up. So y'all, like I said, we had got to a point one day where we got into it really, really bad. He didn't come to my house. Oh, yeah. Because at this point, like I said, things just started getting really, really bad. And then one day, I ended up finding, so things just started getting really, really bad. And eventually I had got to a point where I got tired of being in my folks' house. And you know, I wanted us some privacy. It's like he was taking too long to find us somewhere to stay after the fact. After that situation had happened with us, you know, because like I said, yeah, we arguing and stuff like that, but he was like, man, I'm still finna find us somewhere to go. I feel like we need our own space. I just think, you know, things going on because, you know, I don't know, he just felt like we needed our own space and so we can work on us and not have people in our business because, like I said, we would be arguing, my folks would be around, my siblings would be ready to go. My siblings would be on go mode. They was ready to jump in at any time. And I just didn't like people in my business like that because, like I said, I'm private, and then I felt like that was just too close to comfort. Like, so whatever I had going on with me in my relationship, they was right there to see all of that. And I didn't really want them to have to deal with that and to be jumping in my situations. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm a big girl. I can handle whatever I need to. And this one particular day, like, we all had got into it with him. And I was like, yeah, it's time to go. So I ended up finding somewhere to stay. It was a small little studio apartment. And yeah, I missed that apartment. I love this studio apartment. But I know he probably felt the way because it took me a minute to get him a key to my apartment. And truth be told, like I said, I felt like it was some stuff going on with him. And in my mind, I was thinking, we're not finna be together long. Like, I felt it. Like, I felt that energy. I just knew it. And so it took me a minute to get him a key. And I was like, no, honestly, I want my freedom. So whatever he decides to do is what he decides to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really break up with him, but I was really not trying to push to fight to keep us together, you know, during that time. But we eventually did one day have a big falling out. He brought up the fact about Booth and his ex-wife, and I can't remember what the name I gave that girl. It don't really matter. So yeah, he brought that stuff up, and like I said, we had a big falling out, and then we broke up. Like, so he got himself breaking up with me. Crazy as it is, like, and so we broke up that day, and what's crazy is that I wanted him to break up with me, but when it actually happened, I felt some type of way for real, y'all. I know that sounds so insane. Like, you wanted that. You didn't even try to fight. But he broke up, so now you mad. So yes, y'all, the things that got crazy. And I would have been fine, but the fact that he didn't leave without saying crazy shit to me, it was a disrespectful stuff he was saying. And yeah, I just like blacked out. So we into it. He leaves out, so I'm leaving out too. So he gets in his car to take off. I get in my car to take off too. So I'm basically driving down the street after him, y'all. Like, y'all don't ever do no shit like that. I mean, I should have never did nothing like that. Like I said, was on some crazy times then. Young, stupid. Nobody should ever chase after nobody. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to be with them or not, you should never beg nobody to love you. And so I feel like a lot of reasons why I was reacting a certain way was because I felt disrespected. I felt like he didn't care about me and my feelings. Even though he proposed and wanted to be married, like, that shit don't mean nothing. Like I said, I don't know what triggered him to change his mindset because I wasn't doing anything. All I was doing was working. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't cheating on him. I wasn't up here having relationships with other guys. Like, I wasn't entertaining them like he was entertaining them on social media for real. People were sending me all kinds of inboxes. Like, you know, when women start sending you shit, it's some truth somewhere in there. They ain't reacting and doing all this for nothing. They ain't making up this shit. This is some real for real shit. Because like I said, we had got into a real bad. Oh, I left out. When started the argument with us that night, he looked at my phone and saw where Boo Thang had been messaging me some stuff. But I don't know what he thought he saw. All he saw was Boo Thang telling me about the little girl that he was messing with, like the little young girl he was messing with this time, y'all. What I call her youngin. So yes, and so I guess he felt like that was disrespectful because I was having a conversation with this dude. I'm like, but I told you about this man. I said, this the man that you think I was messing with. I said, I wasn't messing with this man. I'm like, this is my coworker, and from time to time he just be telling me about his relationship stuff. You sit up and talk to your female friends about their relationship problems. Why can't I do that? You know what I'm saying? And then he was working with women at his shop. Like, it was women at the shop where he was. So I just don't understand, like, why can't I have acquaintances and you can't have acquaintances of the opposite sex? Like, why can't I have them and you can have them? So, you know, we had a big situation like that. And like I said, he went in my phone. I just felt like that was just his excuse for him to get up and leave and try to break up with me. Like, he was looking for something to try to break up with me. And so, like I said, we going down the street. I'm chasing after him. We both on the phone arguing, talking crazy to one another. Y'all, I'm surprised we did not crash that day. Because I was like right beside him when we was arguing back and forth in the cars, right beside each other, y'all. Luckily, it was like probably midnight or something like that, so it wasn't really people on the street. And then the street we was on was close going towards his folks' house, because his folks stayed on like this long, they stayed off of this long street or whatever. They had curves and shit in it, so I'm surprised we didn't crash that night. But yes, y'all, and we definitely was speeding. And if I'm not, no, it wasn't wet that night, but we definitely was speeding that night. So yes, y'all, the drama starts to unfold with us, and I was so hurt. And like I said, I don't understand why I was, because truthfully at first I really did not care. I really was I was like 1 foot in relationship, 1 foot out the relationship. I really was going to break up with him. I just didn't know when. Like I said, I was holding on to the possibility of stuff. Y'all should never hold on to what things used to be and what they possibly could be. You need to be with somebody that know they want to be with you, and know that they're willing to work things out in your relationship. Like, I just didn't know. You should never be in a situation with somebody and they unsure about you. You know, and you shouldn't be with nobody if you unsure about them. Like, let them go. That is so selfish to hold on to somebody knowing you don't want anything from them for real. Like, let them go. Let them live their life. Let them go through their pain. They'll get over. They'll move on. And then they'll be with somebody that's supposed to be for them. So we was probably very selfish in holding on to one another for as long as we did. And we probably should have been broken up. And I feel like we was holding on because we just sit up here and told everybody we were going to be married. You know how you try to, you want to appear to be the ideal couple and have this picture perfect life, because people feel like being married with kids and all this is the idea, is to be end all be all. And for me, that has never really been my goal. I felt like if it came into my life and I was open to accepting, open to self-love, open to possibly have children with somebody, even though I never pressured any guy that I was with to have them. I never really wanted them, but I would have had I been married and this was what my husband wanted from me. So I felt like we was just on 2 different pages, because he wanted those things at first, and then I think he got into a space where he started really feeling himself, because shit, the women was in his inbox because he was with a pretty. I just felt like it was a lot going in there. He had got to be head about some stuff, and so he needed something to blame me so he can break up with me. So I feel like that's what that was. So like I said, the crazy started happening between us, y'all. I went to work the next day, y'all. I can barely fucking get out my car to work. Like, my coworker at the time, she was my peer leader, and so she pulled up on me because she had parked by me this specific day. We pulled up around the same time of work, and she like, what is going on with you? Because she seen me in my car crying. So I told her, oh, me and my fiance, we broke up, I'm telling her about all kinds of stuff that has happened. You know, she's trying to calm me down, console me, whatever, y'all, try to get me through the shift. Like, I don't even recall if I even stayed the whole day. I think I ended up going, no, you know what, I think I stayed for like I stayed. I didn't stay over, because it was times where I would stay over and help in another area. I think I stayed my shift, probably only 6 hours of my shift, and I went home, because if you ever been in a situation like that, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ever been in a situation where your heart is broken, you cannot get through your shift. You cannot work that shift. Y'all drop down below the comments, let me know if y'all ever been in that situation where you broke up with somebody, you and your dude into it, and you just can't get to your shift. You can't function because you just can't. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. If you know, you know. So it definitely was a situation like that, y'all. So, oh my God. So later on in the week or whatever, I see him and I see the girl. I see them out. Like, he didn't take no time to go kick it with this girl. But my thing is, he was already kicking it with her. 9 times out of 10, they was already hanging out. He was already going over there when I would be at work those nights. Like I said, that's who he was with. So of course me, I get on social media, I put my detective skills on, and I go do a little bit of lurking, because he done tagged himself in the neighborhood. You know, people will tag their location or something like that, and it'll show the zip code or whatever. And then I went back to her page and looked up a zip code that she had tagged on there some days ago, a week or something ago. It was some time ago when she had tagged herself in a neighborhood or whatever, and I saw that that's the zip code he was in. So I looked up her name, like y'all. I went and I typed in her name under like a search engine, and it showed her address, y'all. And the address is the zip code match. So y'all know what I did. Later on that night, I definitely went over there and pulled up on her house. And lo and behold, guess whose car is in the freaking yard? Yes, his car was definitely in the yard, y'all. I was just so hurt, like, oh my, and I shouldn't have been, but I don't know, for some reason, I felt some type of way, like, wow, like, you really didn't take no time to go over here with this girl. And mind you, before this week or whatever, the same week that, we had broke up, me and him was back and forth, and I'm just like, so you really with this girl? And he was saying stuff like, man, I ain't stunning the bitch, man. He was talking so bad about this girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, she not important. It's just somebody he fucking on or something. But no, he didn't even say fucking on. Just somebody he kicking with. He was trying to downplay the situation, basically. And I'm like, man, come on now. I am not stupid. I was not born yesterday. Come on now. So I knew, but I just needed to know for real, for real. And instead of me leaving y'all know what I did? I would have knocked on their damn door. Then what I could have done was just put all their tires and stuff on flat, bust out the windows, and they would have woke up the next day and they would have saw all that and I know. But no, I went and knocked on the goddamn door. Banged on the door, went the hell off. He come outside, I'm outside, so outside my car talking shit, like, really? So really? We just broke, like, I don't remember what I said, but I know it was something like, damn, you couldn't even wait. You couldn't even wait. You couldn't wait. Like, I remember saying some shit like that. So he had his glizzy in his pocket, because I don't know, he was just, that's another thing about him that I couldn't stand. He wanted everybody to know that he had a glizzy. Like, you don't need to let people know that. Like, he wanted to appear like he was that hood, tough ass dude so bad, y'all. He used to post his glizzy every time he take a photo online. Like, just about every photo, he had his glizzy on him posting it. Like, he wasn't directly at the camera with it, but you can see him. Like, he really wanted people to know. Like, dude, who you trying to impress? It definitely ain't these women. It's most definitely these dudes, You know, you got them lame dudes, like, people wasn't really seeing them how they want to be up here. Like, people weren't really seeing them how they want to appear. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, he wanted people to believe that he was this dude, that dude, and he really wasn't him. He was really lame. But anyway, so it don't matter. So he firing off his glizzy in the sky. So shoot, I'm like, shoot, I got mine too. Because man, he had recently bought me one. What he do that for? He should have never bought me one. And so, yes, he actually was a person that showed me how to use it. Like, that was the first time that I actually held one when I was with him. I know you would think I would have been held it, especially around the guys that I used to date way before him. But yes, he was the first guy that I was dating that I actually held one. I wasn't scared to hold it, and it was New Year's Eve the first time I shot off rounds. Like, he went and bought me one. We went to the range. We had signed up to get it, but I hadn't had it registered yet, y'all. That's gonna come up later, y'all. The reason why it is so important you need to have your glizzies registered. Have them registered, even if you haven't went and got paperwork. Because I think, now the rules are different. You open to carry, free to carry. Depending on your state and where you at, you know how things are different. You can have them on it, but they have to be registered legally. So yes, y'all, it is so important to get those registered. But this gonna come back up. So yes, y'all, I'm not gonna drag this all out, y'all. I want to stop this right here. I just wanted to touch on how I found out he was really cheating on me for real. I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe I was just overthinking. And that women was really just trying to do the most because they wanted me to feel away. They was jealous of our relationship. And they probably were. But he definitely was giving them a mouth. He definitely was giving them an inch to do what they wanted to do. He definitely was open. He was definitely giving them an open invitation to disrespect me. And was not stopping that shit. Like, y'all, it was so much. I wish I could just go on this. I deleted that Facebook, y'all. I deleted that Facebook. I don't even got the messenger thread for it. I wish I could just show y'all so much. But never in a million years that I think I'd be on here telling y'all this stuff. but here I am. But anyway, y'all, like I said, I'm gonna stop this right here. I ain't gonna drag it all out. I got some stuff I need to do, y'all. But go ahead, drop down below in the comment section. Let's chat. Let's talk about the time that you may have gone through something similar. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, have you ever been at your job, can't function because you in a situation with your dude, your baby daddy, y'all done broke up or whatever, your husband or whoever it is. Like, y'all have been in, I'm sure a lot of y'all have been in that situation where you could not function and where you needed to go. Your heart was broken. So yes, y'all, let's chat. Also, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscription button and turn on your post notifications so you will know exactly when I post. And again, thank y'all for tuning in with me, and I'll see y'all in my next one.